this morning. Let's start with The Sun. There's revelations about how Secretary Matt Hancock and his COVID guidance-breaking kiss with an aide dominate most of the front pages. The Sun splashed today as a photograph of the pair on what the paper calls a dinner date last month.
The Telegraph says Mr Hancock faces the sack if the incident turns into a Barnard Castle moment, referring to the backlash against the Prime Minister's former adviser, Dominic Cummings' trip to the North East during the first lockdown.
How can he cling on is the question asked by the Daily Mail. The paper says there is a furious backlash following Mr Hancock's refusal to quit.
And the Daily Mirror follows its red-top rival using a large picture of the kiss.
So a little look at some of the insides, and I was just going to pick up on the Wimbledon theme. This is a feature piece in The Guardian with an interview with the Sally Walton, who is Wimbledon's chief executive. And obviously, what an extraordinary year this is for them, because they've been thinking, how can they open the championships?
Yeah.
You know, it's such a symbol of even in normal years, symbol of British summer, isn't it? Wimbledon's here and all those things. And she's talking quite a bit about some of the mechanics of how it's working. You know, the queue, the famous queue, of course, won't exist. The numbers in the grounds...
Are they staggering the times that people come in?
Yeah, so there are 21,000 fans allowed in each day to the whole of the championship, which is around half of what it would normally be. So numbers are low, but she's just trying to make the point they're trying to keep it as it would otherwise be. And then, of course, there's the mechanics of the players, and people will know from other elite sports, they live in a bubble. So they're all staying in one hotel, and they go to the championship, come back into the bubble until the point at which they're out of the championship. So, you know, Monday is when it kicks off. And also, she says, they've had a lot to do. She's just started looking at the weather.
Well, the first 3 days,
Yes.
not great. Matt's been pointing it out, actually, but I think it gets better. I'm with you on the Wimbledon thing. Interested in what kind of the players are wearing. So what material do you think Andy Murray will be?
Only because I have read a little bit. We're on the wool thing,
yes,
aren't we?
so he's wearing merino wool, and it's not, you know, for a fashion reason or anything like that. It is because, I know this because I'm very fortunate to have something that is in merino wool. It, counterintuitively, it does actually keep you cool. So he's been working with a manufacturer to create a design that absorbs enough moisture to allow him to play an entire match without the need to change his kit. Also, COVID, you were talking about COVID limits and, you know, the social distancing. The ball boys and girls are going to be banned from handling the players' towels this year, which we've seen kind of in other tournaments, haven't we? Well. In the French, yeah. And,
what's the picture? Sorry, what's the picture in the middle there? The three... Is it three ladies?
It's in the 1930s. Merino wool was a firm favourite on the court. Fred Perry wore it. He's up the top on the right, and it was even worn by swimmers.
I was going to say swimsuits
in the 1920s.
Woolen
swimsuits. Yeah. Which I'm not sure about.
On the face of it, doesn't sound like it's going to work.
Well, it sags, doesn't it?
You think so?
You wouldn't feel... They'd have to be very tight to maintain modesty, I think. But that's a whole other thing. Modest Matt.